Hello everyone, this is Yeeflex and welcome back to a Yeeflex Outdoors video. In this video, this is going to be my second recap video for my trip out to San Pablo. So I was able to go to San Pablo again the second weekend that they were open, and again it was me and my dad that went out to San Pablo, and this trip we were able to see one person catch a trout, but overall the bites were really slow. The best thing that happened throughout the day was we got to talk to a couple people. One guy I talked to and one guy my dad talked to. The guy that I talked to gave me some tips about fishing at San Pablo, and he was a really nice guy, so I met a new guy to maybe potentially fish with in the future at San Pablo. He's a local guy that goes pretty often. And then the person that my dad talked to is also another local guy that fishes at San Pablo pretty often as well. So they were giving us kind of tips and stories and different kind of bits of information. So this trip was a beautiful day, actually. Like, I would say one of the nicer days so far from when I went to San Pablo compared to the last time where it was kind of like raining and cloudy. It was more sunny this trip, but even still, it was a little cold. The water was not as murky, but it still was kind of brown and chocolate milk like. And the guy that I think caught the trout was using like a high-low rig, or a drop shot rig, where he had like the weight on the bottom and then two rigs kind of on top that come out of the main line. And I think he was using a mice tail and power bait for either one or both of the lines, but he was the only guy that even got a bite or got a trout that day. And it was pretty slow like the whole day. Like, there were not as many people as the first day, but there were some people there, and overall not a lot of people caught trout, so it's still pretty slow in terms of fishing from what I saw this weekend, or that weekend that I went out. So I don't know, a lot of people were starting to say maybe mid-March or March would be like a better time when the water warms up and maybe the water clarity gets clearer, but it really depends on the weather, in terms of like if there's any rain returning or if there's any kind of weather conditions that would make the water still murky. So it's still pretty crazy to see how high the reservoir is, but overall still pretty slow from this trip. And the best thing about this trip so far was the amount of information that my dad and I got in terms of fishing at San Pablo. It sounds like there's more places to get catfish, and I mentioned in my previous videos at San Pablo that I'd like to go catch catfish, so maybe the guy that maybe I talked to can show me maybe in the future. Maybe I can go fishing with him or something, and we can try and figure out where to catch catfish, because he told me he caught like a 15-pound catfish out of San Pablo, which blew my mind because I don't think I've ever seen a catfish that big, let alone seen a catfish even caught at San Pablo. So overall, just like a really informational experience. I got to meet some really cool people. At least I saw one fish caught. That's better than no fish caught. And overall, just a pretty good trip. Like, pretty slow still, but just being out there in the sun was a lot better than, not really being out there at all or out there in worse conditions. So um overall, pretty good day, even though we didn't catch anything. Nice scenery, and hopefully the water conditions will improve the next time I go to San Pablo, which I know I will be going pretty soon. The next video will actually be the next weekend, actually after, where I'll be going with a buddy of mine. So be on the lookout for that. All right, this is a short recap, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. All right, have a good one, everyone. Peace.